to like a game success. It's like, oh, if you don't have a minimum of 2,000 people playing your game at any time of the day, then your game is not successful. What are you trying to do? Like the evil numbers, well, sorry, no, the evil numbers didn't come out. Like the leaderboards for how many people entered evil games are out, quote unquote out. So it's like, did Rick post it or was it the evil account? Evil. Twitter. Oh yeah, here it is. End of early bird registration. Street Fighter 6, Strive, Tekken 7, Marvel 3, Dragon Ball FighterZ, King of Fighters 15, Melty, and Mortal Kombat 11. These are the games that are like the leaderboards for what's being registered for so far. And like, you know, people are just trying to say like, oh, Street Fighter 6 probably has like 6,000, 7,000 people, you know, as a lot of people, because it's the newest Street Fighter, and Street Fighter usually gets like 2,000 to 3,000 people. Well, Street Fighter 5 does, and this is a new Street Fighter, and every time there's a new Street Fighter, it gets like several thousand people. So this has the chance of being like 7,000, 8,000 people, something ridiculous like that. Strive is probably gonna have something like, I don't know, what did it have last year? Like 2,000 people. So they'll probably have either 1,500. It'll have like 1,500 to 3,000 people. One of those two. Tekken 7. It's probably gonna have like close to 2,000 people. Marvel probably gonna have like close to 2,000 people. Dragon Ball close to like 700, 800. I forgot what I got last year. King of Fighters probably gonna have like 800, 700. Melty probably gonna have 600, something like that. MK11 probably gonna have like 500, 600, something like that. MK is still being played at Evo. Yeah, most likely this is because there's an announcement for something. Like there might be MK12. You know, who knows? There's probably gonna be an MK12 at Evo, but people are gonna use these numbers to be like, this game's dead. This game's dead. This game's dead. This game's dead. Damn, Marvel's making a comeback. We should have Marvel here every year. That's what people are gonna say. They're gonna use that as justification for their for what they're saying. When it's like, you can't really do that. Strive broke a lot of records last year. I forgot what Strive got last year. I think it was like 2,000 something. Marvel 3 is great. Marvel 3 is a pleasant game to watch. Evil 2022 entrants. Oh, I can find the entrance from Evil last year. Strive had 2,161 last year. Street Fighter 5 had 1,320. Tekken had 1,220. KOF had 1,014. Dragon Ball had 636. Grand Blue had 528. MK11 had 464, and Melty Blood had 411. And Skullgirls had 295. So, most likely what this is telling me is that like Street Fighter 6 is probably going to be up to like 5K or something like that. 5 or 6K. Strive is going to be somewhere between 2 and 3K. Tekken's going to be somewhere between 2,000 to 1,000. Dragon Ball somewhere between like 1,800. KOF is somewhere between 1,000 and 800. It's obviously lower than, you know, Dragon Ball, but like you know, you can use the deductive reasoning. Yeah, Kakarot with a ridiculous prize pool. I mean, it's obviously going to dwindle down with how many people enter 6, but 6 is going to be really popular for all the new people. Melty over MK. I'm just glad Melty's at Evo again, even though it might not happen again. Even though I said this last year. Like, I literally said this last year. I'm like, man, Melty's probably not coming back next year. He really tried to throw. Jesus Christ. But yeah, I said last year Melty was not going to come back at Evo again. I was like, it's very unlikely, mostly because like they're going to look at numbers and be like, oh, numbers say Melty didn't do so hot last year, so we're not going to have it back or whatever. You know, some shit like that. But they brought Melty back again. I'm just like, okay, I wonder what the reasoning is. And the only thing I can think of is they're getting money from Type Moon. The only reason they brought back Marvel 3 is because they wanted to do like they didn't want to do 9 games again. They wanted to bring back another quote-unquote old game, quote-unquote. And I guess they were just like something that's accessible with, you know, Sony consoles. So they just brought back Marvel 3. because that's the most logistically easy thing to do for them. People got a second year. Oh, I think that's true. I think they're giving everything 2 years, which is why. Actually, that doesn't make sense about Skullgirls then, right? Skullgirls should come back for that, but I think they thought Skullgirls was too low, or they didn't want to do 9 games. Because my thought is that Skullgirls comes back, or Granblue comes back, but Granblue, since it's not getting, since the new game is coming out later this year, they're probably just like, yeah, let's not do that. Let's like wait till the new game comes out. Or they were probably told by side games like, hey, don't run it this year. Let us have a demo at EVO proper. Granblue's the only edition that's not on that list. Skullgirls should have gotten a second year. Yeah, I agree. I think Skullgirls should have got it back in again. But they're probably looking at quote-unquote numbers, and also they didn't want 9 games. They didn't want 9 games, and they probably wanted Marvel for some reason. But this is like probably Marvel's last like big thing, so everyone's entering again. Everyone's like, oh, I love Marvel. I knew that was not going to work because you didn't hit it correctly. You need to do 2C into Arc Drive. Is it worth having a bit of variety? I agree. Variety would be really nice. Well, I think they technically have variety because they have Mortal Kombat, they have Melty, they have KOF, they have Strive, they have Dragon Ball. They have those unconventional games that allow you to move on the screen like all crazy and shit. And then Tekken, technically Tekken also has that too. You can move pretty heavily in Tekken. To do Arc Drive or combo, we never got Marvel 2. Marvel 2 might come next year. It depends. It depends on like how they do the logistics. Because if it's a main game, then most likely Sony has to provide consoles for it, right? And I think you can play Marvel 3 on PS4s. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. If not, they'll just have it on PS3 because you know Sony has PS3 sitting somewhere.